Hey gamers, what's up? It's Damron. We're playing Gears 5. This is part of my Master Escape series, which brings us to the line. This is a difficult map. Let's look at the modifiers. Moltres Scions are going to shoot freezing bullets. Buzzkill Scions are going to heal themselves and other people. The Ice Scions will go invisible. The drop shots have a shield in front of them. And you've got more Scion health, more lethal Scions, and the Scions themselves are a little bit faster. So this is a very challenging map. And also, as I've mentioned before, the Coalition mentioned when Operation 5 comes out, they're going to separate characters from classes. So keep in mind that the characters I'm bringing in here are essentially the classes that you want to have later on. So we're bringing Keegan for his explosive damage and the bleeding abilities that are going to come with that. Cole has a specific setup, okay? With Cole, you want to have your card that's going to make you take decreased melee damage, and you want the card that just gives you damage protection if your ultimate is full. And what that's going to allow him to do is, for instance, me, Keegan, and the other character that we bring is Clayton, we can get the attention of the Scions. And now Cole is going to be able to just kind of dash and bash the enemies down. And because of his protection from melee damage, and because of the protection he gets if his ultimate is full, but he doesn't actually use it, he's almost invincible to the melee damage from the Scions. So he can sit there and continuously bash them to take them out. And what you really want to do in the beginning is get Keegan a mulcher, or a drop shot, excuse me. So grab that, and you want to get a mulcher for Clayton. So I've got a drop shot. I'm going to come down into this first ammo room here, and there's going to be 2 frag grenades as well as a torque bow. Be sure you grab all of that before you grab the ammo pouches, so you're getting extra ammo with the grenades and extra ammo with the torque bow. So moving on, once you've got that, Keegan is got the ammo and the weapons that he wants. Obviously Cole just needs to be able to melee, and we picked up a mulcher for Clayton. Clayton's going to be dealing more damage with the mulcher, as well as his reflectability can be very helpful on this map because there's a lot of Scions to deal with, and the Scions are very deadly. So he's a great character to bring. These classes are definitely what you want to do. So as soon as you kind of come up to this area, you want to head left and head up the stairway. You're going to have 3 Scions that are going to come at you. They can either kind of come up the upper path or down the lower path. So you can see this is a Buzzkill Scion. With the Buzzkill Scions, you want to kind of do as much damage as you can quickly so they go ahead and get their healing power out of the way. So you can see he activated his healing power there. Unfortunately, I got down by a Buzzkill right there, so Clayton's going to pick me up. But when they activate their healing ability, the thing about it, not only does it heal them, but it heals whatever, whichever Scion is within that radius also gets healed. So you want to go ahead and damage the Buzzkill enough that he goes ahead and activates it, and you kind of get that healing ability out of the way, and then you can focus on the other Scion that's there, which in this case for us was a Moltres Scion. So now we've taken out the Moltres Scion, we've taken out the Buzzkill Scion that was down below there, and now that the Buzzkill up top has used his healing ability, Cole's going to be able to again melee him. Again, it's critical that you have the 2 skills on this level for Cole, and that's going to be the decreased damage resistance whenever you have your ultimate full, but again not using it, and the other one to just have decreased melee resistance or increased melee resistance as well. So if you have those cards elevated enough, those 2 combination makes him basically invincible to the melee damage from the Scions, which is absolutely critical for this map because you need him to be able to take down those Scions when they're kind of in individual settings. Now, all the Scions that are back in the room behind us that we haven't killed eventually will make their way to you, but they'll be doing it through the Venom. They'll get pushed through the Venom. And you'll see later that they're going to come up behind us, but their health is almost going to be gone because of the Venom. So don't worry about them too much, but you do need to keep in mind, an eye out for them. You're going to see, I think I end up being killed because they come up behind us. So Cole has kind of triggered a few of the Scions to go ahead and come after us. So I'm going to go ahead and get some headshots on this Ice Scion with a torque bow. So, you know, 3 good headshots will generally take their health low enough that you can kind of finish them off with some guns or whatever. So taking out this one Ice Scion here, and now we're going to progress on. So you can see the Venoms kind of filling up that room behind us where all those other Scions are. So they're definitely going to be taking damage. So we're going to, you know, go into this room here and trigger these Scions. And we're going to kind of run back a little bit to this hallway because it's a little easier to deal with them as opposed to the ramp right in front of us. And to the right hand side there's another set of Scions over there, so it's easier to kind of fall back a little bit and kind of take them out in this hallway. Unfortunately, what happens is as we're taking these guys out, I actually get killed from a Mulcher Scion in the back, and you can see how quickly the Mulcher Scion can take you out with their freezing ability. But the good news then on this level is that Iron Man is not on. This is a single act hive that does not have Iron Man. So luckily, you know, even though I died, my allies are going to pick up all my weapons for me and go ahead and rescue me in this pod, because as we had all those Scions in that choke point, we were able to take them out efficiently. And by taking them out, now you can save me from the pod, and they've got all my guns for me that I had, so I really didn't lose out anything, right? I've got my torque bow, my grenades, and my drop shots. So now you can see the enemies from the first room are kind of making their way to us. And as I mentioned earlier, you can see they basically don't have any health though, because they had to walk through that venom. So Clayton's grabbing whatever he can in sense of mulchers. Now I've got my drop shot, my torque bow, and my grenades. On the left hand safe room or ammo room, there's going to be 2 more grenades that you can grab. And on the right ammo room, there's going to be 2 explosive ammo crates that Keegan can grab. So you can see that I have 2 drop shot ammos already, so I'm just going to grab one of them and save the other one for later, so I can come down here and get a little bit more ammo, because there's a lot of Scions that are going to come. So you can see that Cole has already ran to the next room and he's triggered all the Scions in that room to progress at us. And again, what we're doing is we're creating choke points where we can do a lot of damage to these Scions as fast as possible. So the first one coming up is a Buzzkill Scion. As I mentioned earlier, what you want to do with these Buzzkills is damage them enough that they go ahead and activate their healing, you know, right off the rip. Get that out of the way so that they're not activating it later and healing all of the other Scions. So he's going to go ahead and activate his healing. That's good. So we've got that out of the way. So you can see how many Scions are actually coming through, but I'm just throwing my grenades in there. Clayton's activated his Reflect ultimate, and he's firing away with the Mulcher, just laying into them, and I'm firing, or trying to fire, drop shot ammo kind of through this doorway and taking them out. I've dropped my ultimate, which is going to give me more explosive ammo because we're in the venom. So if you kind of bring them into this choke point, that's really the best way to take out this group of enemies. And as we progress forward, I'll show you the room that they were in and show you why it's so much easier to just bring them to that choke point and do as much damage as you can that way. So now I've gone back down and I've grabbed that additional explosive ammo pouch, so now I'm basically at full ammo again. I've got full drop shot, full torque bow. And so this is the room that all those Scions were in, and they're very spread out, and they're much more difficult to take out in this room than just running in here, triggering them, and bringing them to that choke point so that you can just throw nades on all of them. Clayton can hit them with his Mulcher, and you can obviously hit him with the drop shot. So that's a very easy way to take them all out. Now, as you progress to the last section here, you're going to have 2 more Scions, so be very careful. You know, depending on the Scions you get, you know, it can be very challenging. If it's the Mulcher Scions, you have to be very careful. Again, they can freeze you very, very quickly. So we had an Ice Scion and a drop shot Scion, which isn't too bad. So we're just going to go ahead and finish them up. So you can see, again, Cole's ability to just melee them is so critical on this level. So I'm going to grab more drop shot ammo, and we're going to head to the exit So this is a very challenging level. I'm not gonna lie. You know, the amount of scions and all the different scion abilities make this very challenging. So we're gonna hit the door here, and we're gonna have a bunch more scions come after us. And so you can see me back here. I'm just gonna sit back here with my explosive ammo and just do whatever I can. Clayton's up there again, firing away with the mulcher and the increased damage that he had, but this part is the part that Cole wants to finally actually use his ultimate. Prior in the mission, he was keeping his ultimate active because it gave him that extra damage resistance, but also Clayton there has activated his reflex that he could go save Cole, but Cole using his ultimate really keeps the scions at bay from getting through the door. So he's able to run back there and kind of, fight them and kind of keep them back just long enough that we don't have to worry about people coming through the door and ending our run at the very end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. The line is very challenging. It's a fun map, but it is very challenging to get through. But I hope you guys find this guide helpful, and hopefully I'll see you in the next Gears 5 escape map on Master Difficulty.